In 2011, I received an email from the PR person at the Mall of America wondering if I'd be interested in doing an interview with Duff McKagan from the band Guns N' Roses because he was there doing a book signing for his book, It's So Easy and Other Lies. I'm a huge Guns N' Roses fan, so yes, I jumped at the chance. I only had a few minutes to do the interview because he was just getting ready to go do this book signing. So here is the interview.
Duff, you're here at the Mall of America promoting your new book, It's So Easy and Other Lies. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
It's something I don't think I set about to write a book. When I started writing the words that became the book, simply I was writing a column for the Seattle Weekly, so I had a deadline. I was writing 1,000 words a week, and after the first couple of weeks at Seattle Weekly, I started to find a bit of a groove and found that I could really articulate my stuff, my thoughts, much better in the written word than I ever could talking about it. And I was then offered another column with another publication. So suddenly I had 2 columns a week, writing 2,000 words a week, and really thinking in terms of a columnist, observationalist. And I started writing these side stories. And I think the first one was a letter to my 7 older brothers and sisters. And it was a letter of thanks. And I just kind of kept it in my Word document. It's not appropriate for the Seattle Weekly or for Playboy or for then ESPN. But after that, I wrote about, kind of this thank you letter to my brothers and sisters for being there and for being my heroes and all of those things that I'd never told them. I wrote a letter, I think, to Izzy or somebody from my old band, just how much I appreciate it. I didn't send the letter, I didn't do anything, I just wrote these things. And then I wrote about, a lot of people ask me, how much did you drink? How did your pancreas explode? Like, how much stuff were you doing? And even if I were to tell somebody, it's just the number of fluid ounces I was drinking and the amount of drugs I was doing. Most people, they just don't have anything to relate that to. So even if I told you a number, you would just go, wow, that sounds like a lot. But that's it. That'd be the end of the conversation. So I kind of wrote about that day I went into the hospital and what it was like, and my own experience, and what the pain was like. And then I started writing back, like, how did I get there? The year leading up, then the 2 years leading. And I went back to when I was 18, so 12 years before that, and I started bringing it forward, and I started just writing about it, and I wrote about my daughters now, and I just was writing all these sort of personal stories, but I found that by writing, I was really taking accountability from all my own stuff. And I think you look in the rearview mirror, and all the good stuff that happened to you, I had everything to do with that, and all the bad stuff was that other dude's fault, somebody's fault, not mine.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's not the truth. Maybe you have something to do with, the good and the bad, and maybe I didn't rise to the occasion when I could have, not just in bands, but as a person, my family, my mom, all those things. So Tim Moore, who's my editor at Playboy, who's edited a lot of great authors, he asked if he could look at these stories. I was telling him, in conversation, I would say, yeah, I'm writing these stories, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them. He said, let me look at them. And he sent me back sort of 20,000 of my own words, but edited, like in this arc of a story, and it kind of took my breath away, really. Like, okay, well, that's my story. Mm-hmm. And that arc of the alcoholism and how I got out, and my part in my life. And so I started just to write to that 20,000 words, and became this book. So I don't know if that answered your question. I probably over-answered your question.
No, that's great. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Do you have any other projects you're going to be currently working on now?
I'm going on tour. My band, Loaded. We play mostly. We've never played Minneapolis. We play mostly in the UK and Europe and South America, and so we're going back to the UK in 2 weeks, if that even that. Yes, and we're playing 9 shows in the UK, Scotland, and Ireland too, and go to South America after that. play 8 shows there. Then we go back to Germany and tour with Motorhead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I book tour. I go back and forth home, and then so the book tour goes to Seattle at the end of after this,
Okay.
and I'll be with my family, and then they'll come over to the UK with me.
That's nice that you can travel, or they can travel with you.
I wouldn't do it any other way.
Yeah.
You know, I can't be away from them. And I think all of that is explained and evidenced in the book.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, great. Thanks again for taking the time to do the interview, and I'm really looking forward to reading the book.
All right. Good job, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.